Hey everyone, I was running through that video, this previous take, and I just forgot to tell you who the winners of the match were, so I've got to start all over again. So anyway, Gold Standard did his video. It's very good. Go check it out. I'll try and remember to leave a link in my description box and everything, and you can enjoy his video. Check out his other ones that he's done leading up to this, because he's doing a series and he's redoing the entire year of 2006. Gonna kind of have some fun here too. I'm gonna reply to each and every one with my own series of videos. We're gonna keep doing this. If he kind of goes away, he doesn't announce another series yet, we'll probably go and do redo the entire year of 1998 WCW, and maybe we can hear some comments from him, so find out what he thinks of my stuff. But going forward here, lots changed since my previous video. Well, not a lot, but that Raw's gonna significantly need some explaining going forward. But we've got a new team coming in. We've got the called the Elite Squad. They have cost Ric Flair his Intercontinental title in a match against Carlito. Carlito went over, and the Elite Squad is the new name for the Spirit Squad, because we're not doing that. And they're going to come out. They're going to be wearing significantly different tights and all that. They're probably going to be wearing more what they were wearing in OVW, probably with a initial logo of Elite written on it, or ES. So yeah, we can, and guess what? We can merchandise the crap out of this and probably do something more with it. Is it going to probably be more like Nexus, and probably what Nexus should have been. We're gonna unfortunately have to, though they're not in through the entire year, so we're gonna have to send them away again, but significantly do a different thing with them going forward. But they've come in, they want to get rid, at the moment they're ridding the WWE of all these legends that have returned, like Ric Flair, like Jim Duggan, and like Goldust. They even go after him. So on the pre-show, there's a match between these 5 guys: Ken, John, Mike Mondo, Nick Nemeth, and Mitch. I don't know what his name was, but yeah, we're gonna go into this pre-show, and they're gonna be taking on Ric Flair, Jim Duggan, Goldust, Venis, Viscera in this match. So basically, just a bunch of guys that I can figure they could probably go over without too much worry of hurting the other guys. And this would be on the pre-show, but there would be clips of this shown the following night on Raw. But we kick off the show proper with the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Tag Team titles, the SmackDown Tag Belts. Eminem defending against Mexicools, London and Kendrick, and the FBI, Big Vito, and Nunzio. Just something I was looking at the match listings for the original show, and I'm like, there's time in here for a Fatal 4-Way match for the tag belts. There was only like one tag match, and I figured, well, let's actually use the talent that we have. I mean, you've got London and Kendrick. They could tear things up. You've got the Mexicools, who are like Psychosis and Super Crazy. Great guys. You've got the young team of the MNM. You're doing things with them. So FBI, probably not so much, but like we could do a good match here. And yeah, the M&M would go over, but and with some shenanigans and stuff. So, but it would give some decent build to what we're going to do at Judgment Day. going forward when you want to take the belts off M&M, which I'm just giving away here. Trish Stratus versus Mickie James. Don't change the match too much. Probably give it a little bit longer. Don't change too much of the build-up either. So yeah, we're just gonna go into this and pretty much the same way, do the same spots, but no posthumous editing out of stuff that was cool. We're not editing out Mickie James grabbing Trish Stratus's crotch. If you want to, you can zoom in a little bit higher, so it's like you know what's happening, but you're not seeing it. You can do that if you want. Mickie James doing this. No need to edit it out, man. Just leave it in. Money in the Bank. I think I've just changed the participants. We've got Matt Hardy, who is the US champion, Chris Benoit, Finlay, representing SmackDown, Shelton Benjamin, Rob Van Dam, and Carlito representing Raw. Now, Rob's going to walk away with this still because we're probably going to do the same thing that they actually did with this cashing in. Because actually, Rob's the one I like. He is cashing the best. Notwithstanding what Edge did, because it was the original, but like I think Rob, as a babyface, did the right thing. And yeah, we got we'd have Rob go over. This would be a great train wreck match. Great. We got all the participants we need. Finlay's the only one that would, like, you just need a different element in there. Now I know I haven't got any big guys or anything in here, but I just didn't see. I saw this and I saw a lot of young guys that, like, you could conceivably see any one of these guys winning the Money in the Bank at the time. So, like, you could see Chris Benoit winning it. You could see Matt Hardy winning it. You could see Shelton winning it. You could see Carlito winning it. And all this at this time. Gregory, Helms, Kash, Jamie Noble, and Funaki. Just throw the cruiserweights a bone, because I still liked a lot of the cruiserweight talent that they had at this time, like Kash coming in, like even in the tag team match, I threw those guys in there because I figured I'd get better use out of them, and that we're not having like a 20 guy or a 10 or 15 guy battle royal situation with like 5 minutes, but like we could have a decent 10-minute match here, 10 to 20 minutes match here, plus entrances and all that here. But going forward, and Gregory Helms would go over here. No sense of taking the belt off him yet. Big Show, Kane defending against the Lords of the Ring, the former OVW Tag Team champions, multi-time. You could bring out, like, you don't necessarily have to say OVW, but you could bring up the fact that these guys have won belts as a tag team before. They've dominated in other leagues, so in OVW, so boom, and you've got a new tag team. That's why I brought these two together. And plus, Rob Conway was on his way out. Nick Dinsmore was on his way out. But I thought, put them together, give them a run with the tag belts, because they're winning the tag belts here. And they're going over. And you build this up. You do interviews with the two guys, Gene Dinsmore and Rob Conway. You go over the history that they have, and I just thought of this just now. Full Killer did a video similar to build up to the women's match, and in I think it was probably 2007 or something, and he was bringing up Melissa Anderson, who was doing a different gimmick in TNA, but was kind of misused. You would know her as Christine Boneri, or I forget what the gimmick she was wearing, but she was later known as Alyssa Flash. But Saeed, I think was the last name she had. But kind of brought it up. We'll probably do a similar build here with this. Gene Dinsmore would bring up the Eugene character, and he would say, "Look, I was in OVW, the developmental territory here for WWE, for a long time, and the owner and operator of OVW always thought I had the potential to be a WWE superstar. I was at the top of the class. I was at the ground level of that company, and I watched as undeserving guy kept getting elevated to the main roster, and I was stuck down there in OVW, kicking ass, taking names. I was champion there numerous times. I won the tag belts with this man," and he points to Rob Conway, "a bunch of times." And now Rob, as talented as he is not quite as good as me. Or you can have him say he's just as good as me, if not just underneath. I watched guys come in, and I was overlooked, and I had to, until finally I caved in and pretended to be you can use the word retard or special needs, whatever. I had to be a special needs case to make it to the main roster. And it was the only way I got on here. But now I've had enough. I'm here now, and I'm going to win the tag belts at WrestleMania with my best friend, Rob Conway. And you can have that segment and everything. You can go through his history and everything. I think that's something they don't use quite enough of, especially now with the network. You could do sit-down interviews with talent and really get into their character, their past. I think that's something that's majorly overlooked. And yeah, you built that. That's how the build up to the match. So, and you can say they're whiners or something or everything. But okay, let's move on to the next match: Undertaker versus Booker T. Now, see, the build up to this would be. See, I haven't done the King Booker thing. I don't think that was quite yet, or it was. I don't know. I don't think it was quite done yet, or it was just about to be done. Alright, either way, we're not doing it. Because either way, I'm not doing it. Because I think it was just about to be done, or whatever. It was in between. Like they did do the King or it was close. Like yeah. Anyway, we're not doing that. Anyway, I'm telling you right now, we're not doing it. I don't care how much Booker liked it. I hated it. I thought it was stupid. But I think what they did was a boogeyman. And that feud. Well, what we'll do with this one is very similar. Booker T seems to think that he can beat the streak. He is a former 5-time WCW champion. You can go through his whole list of accomplishments. He's won more belts than just about anyone, except for maybe Jerry Lawler. I think I read somewhere that Jerry Lawler has won more titles than anybody. Believe it or not. But I could be wrong. Like, not necessarily world titles, but more belts than anybody. Anyway. you bring up that he brings up that, and then throughout you can just do the standard streak build after that. Do a contract signing. He's Undertaker is scaring Booker T all through out the backstage one night. Stuff like that you can do all this after No Way Out and everything. Maybe Booker T jumps Taker during a match. Stuff like you don't need to go too crazy with it. Just do general stuff. And yeah, guess what? Taker's going over. Huge Taker mark. Huge Taker mark. I mean, look at my Caw League. I've got like 3 different characters with similar Taker gimmicks. Now this one definitely needs some explaining. Instead of doing the Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels match, and instead of doing the Edge versus Mick Foley match, which I'm sorry, I'm taking that match off the board, but I generally feel that Edge should not have lost the belt right at Royal Rumble, and I'm one of those that the world title should not change hands except in very rare instances, unless it's a pay-per-view. Because to me, if you want to see the champion defend his title, it should be a big show, a big pay-per-view, or it should be a very special episode of Raw, like it's the 1000th episode, say, or it's the 200th or 500th, something like that. 600th, yeah, big milestone marker, or in some cases just doing a special show because the opposite opposite brand has just had a pay-per-view. You want to do a kind of a big show to kind of not say to do something special. But so I was kind of thinking, what can I do with this to do something special? Because we've got to have the Shawn Michaels match, and we weren't quite ready for the Shawn Michaels Undertaker match. And I had Mick Foley there too, and I thought, why not combine those 2 matches? So the build for this would be, you could kind of do something similar to what they did. There's tensions between Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels. Shawn has been screwed out of opportunities at the world title. He's by Vince McMahon, by the McMahon family, since they have apparently taken back over Monday Night Raw. Like, I can't remember when Eric Bischoff left, but it would have been pretty soon after this. But I kind of didn't like the way he got thrown out. But like, he seems to think it was the right way to do business. So who am I to argue? If he's not bitter or anything, fine, that's okay. But kind of think maybe they should have replaced the GM character. But I think this was kind of building beforehand. So before, like, I would have taken over booking anyway. So this feud has kind of been boiling over. Now, McMahon, being a proper authority figure, says, look, I'm not going to wrestle you. I'm a businessman. I'm not a wrestler anymore. I am above that, but I'm going to put you in a match against the most vicious competitor in all of WWE history. And he points to the back, brings in Cactus Jack. It is not Mick Foley, it is Cactus Jack. He's back. Cactus Jack is back. And this is probably the first time you've seen him I think this will be the first time we've seen him in a while. But anyway, Cactus Jack is back. So he comes back. And yeah, that's the bulk of the build-up to the match is like just stuff going. Don't worry about that. No one's shooting it. Anyway, that's the bulk of the build-up is like Vince won't face Shawn Michaels. He's putting in a substitute. Now he'll be at ringside. We can do some stuff with him ringside with Shawn and that, and that's fine. That's fine. We don't need to go too far with that, but we've got to have. I think we'd do a lot of similar, do a few similar spots to what actually happened in the match and everything. Even do that spot where Shawn went. Apparently in real life went, this is a lot higher than I thought. But maybe do them to Cactus Jack. Shawn Michaels goes over. And plus this gives an opportunity for Cactus Jack to have some WrestleMania moments. Hell, even do that spot where instead of probably doing the spear and both men crashing to the table, super kick. It's a super kick from Shawn Michaels through the table onto the floor. The count happens at the floor. Shawn Michaels comes in 1, 2, 3. That's the end of the match. It's fair enough. Like a lot of this probably would be a lot of Mick Foley and Shawn Michaels himself doing a lot of the storytelling. So essentially, I would just set up the match and I would say, as a booker, I'd say, look, guys, just go out there, tell a compelling story, but just make sure to hit some key points. Vince would probably like that. Now, we got Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley. Now, this is a match I'm not too sure about. Basically, Bobby Lashley's been on an undefeated streak. So it's another streak match. But now, I did think about doing streak versus streak, but at the time, I don't think Bobby Lashley was ready. And I needed a match for Randy Orton, and I didn't want to do I didn't mind. I wouldn't have minded doing a rematch from the previous year, but I feel like if you're repeating it, I don't think the match needed repeating, and I don't want to. I want to build Randy, but I also want to build Bobby. So I think we can do something here. Randy wants to beat Bobby because Bobby's on the streak, and Bobby needs a big victory and a big pay-per-view. And I think this will be. I think these two could put on a good match. Basically, Randy's pissed because he's not part of WrestleMania, and he needed a WrestleMania opponent, and Teddy put him in this match. That'll be right. Now it's time for the WWE title match. Now, normally this would be the main event. It's 3 marquee players. It's John Cena. It's Triple H. It's Edge. I'm doing the Backlash match that happened. I'm doing it a month earlier because I think you need John Cena in a WWE title match at this point in his career. I think you need Triple H in this match, but I also think it was too early to take the belt off Edge. So I'm putting all 3 in this match, and I'm putting it on this show because I think it is worthy of it. Now, you could have done a Triple H versus John Cena for the #1 contendership match at WrestleMania on Raw, because Triple H is the King of Kings, and you can have John Cena. He wants that rematch against Edge. You could have even done another match, but beforehand between the two in a cage or something like that. But guess what? Edge managed to get through, but John Cena still wants that belt. So he wants that championship match. Guess what? He gets put in the ring with Triple H. You can do a thing where Edge thinks, well, he's at ringside doing commentary. He thinks he's going to weasel his way out of defending the belt at WrestleMania for some bizarre reason. He spears both guys. Gets both guys DQ'd, but damn it, we're still doing the match anyway. It's a triple threat. Or you could even do something where both guys DQ. Well, it's a time limit draw or something. TV time remaining and it goes over and it's announced. It's a triple threat match. You could do it either way. But I think doing a time limit draw with TV time remaining or something, that would have been good. But important thing here is who goes over. Who's winning this match? Well, Triple H doesn't need a win. John Cena is probably too soon to put the belt back on him, in my opinion. So I'm leaving the belt on Edge. He's getting a big win at a big pay-per-view. So that's what happens. So now we do Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle. Basic babyface versus babyface story. They've kind of teamed up over the weeks since No Way Out, since they know they're going to be facing each other. They may have had a tag match with Eminem where they lost for some bizarre reason, like DQ or something. But there's tension there. It stems from when Ray first came into the company. Now, if you remember when Ray first came into the company, one of his first big matches was one of the greatest opening matches in wrestling history. It was Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle at SummerSlam 2002. Now, this kicked off what was, I think it was a SmackDown 6 era in SmackDown history. Like, Rey Mysterio was one of them, so was Kurt. And yeah, you can go back over stuff here as well, like their history and stuff there, and you can bring that up. See, I don't mind bringing up history, because you can always say this is something that should always be said. Ray's on a different level than he was in 2002. Kurt Angle's on a different level too. Like, Kurt Angle was still not quite the wrestling machine yet, which he is just entering now. So Kurt was kind of here, Ray was here. Now Kurt's here. Ray's kind of like he's trying to get to there, but and you can go into this and you can bring up the size thing, like, and I think we should take a line from Yoda. I want to insert it into the interview. Two lines from Empire Strikes Back that I think are really interesting. And I'd put these probably in showcase in the video packages for the match. Judge me by my size, do you? And we will, and that's why you fail. Two lines that should be in the video packages. Now we go off the air with that shot of WrestleMania, with Ray holding the big belt up like this on the top on the turnbuckle and everything. Now he's still wearing the EG armband, but I think it's very important for Ray to go into this match saying, "I'm not doing this for Eddie. I'm doing this for me." And I think one-on-one Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio, I think that's a great way to end off the show. And I mean, hell, if you look at this, look, you can knock a couple of matches on here, but man, Shawn Michaels versus Cactus Jack, that's gonna be a brawl and everything. We can do a lot of similar spots there. We can combine two matches into one big epic match. You got Edge, Triple H, and John Cena. That match is gonna. You got two great workers. You got John Cena, a marquee match. That's great. Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio. You know that's gonna be good. You know you can give that match time, and that's gonna go over well. Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley. You don't know what that there's a huge X factor in that match. You don't know what's gonna happen. Undertaker, Booker T. I think marquee value alone, and you do a tale of the tape between those two guys, marquee match. And then you got the Money in the Bank with all those guys. That's going to be Car Crash Central. That, like, this pay-per-view, like, you go back and you look at that WrestleMania 22 card, you probably go, that's good. This is better. And I actually think this is a better card that Gold Standard put together. Like, I think he put together a great card. I think I just put a better card together. And you know what the other good thing about this is? It's not stip heavy. We've got like a ladder match and a street fight. That's about it. You could go gimmick. Oh, well, the women's match is a gimmick match. Well, these days in wrestling, it's probably not that weird to see a women's match. The Cruiserweight match? Well, like, then it would. I reckon it would have been. I think it would have been better if we paid attention. We got a triple threat. We got some good matches here. Anyway, let me know what you think. I can't wait to get to the next one. I'm not sure what I put together there, but I think this is some of my best work.